What is going on? How y'all guys doing tonight? Welcome to Let's Face It live show with your coach. That's me, Shakima S. Perry. So I'm super excited on tonight to talk to you guys. We got a great topic we're going to talk about tonight. So I'm super excited about it. So if you guys jump on, please share this live broadcast. I want other people to be blessed and get these great nuggets that we're going to be talking about tonight. So please share this broadcast. I would appreciate it. Okay, guys. So what we're going to do first, we're going to talk about the purpose of Let's Face It. Why do I do this show? Why do I talk? Why do you hear my voice? Why are you sick of me? No, I'm joking. No, but why Let's Face It came about. So Let's Face It is a show to actually talk about real life topics, real issues, real topics that every day we may discuss with our friends, family, or just questions you may have in your mind that you just never got answers to. So this show basically gives resolution. It gives value. It gives nuggets to, for your daily life or just an everyday, right? So it's like, because we live life every day and it's not, easy sometimes. Sometimes we have different things that goes on and things that we struggle with. So some things are not easy. So this particular show gives you life. It brings life into your home. It brings life when you actually watch the show. A lot of people that come on the show loves the show. They always praise the show because it speaks life into your everyday situation. It's not something that you is kind of foreign or you're not sure of. You're like, okay, I got to implement this 10 years from now. No, this is things that you can implement right now, giving you resolution. So that is the reason and purpose of Let's Face It. Okay, we want to face those issues so we can get rid of it, or we can, face it and go to that next level in our lives. So that's what it's about. All right. So Jamshed said, always beautiful. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. All right. So let's go ahead and dig into this topic. Let me put the topic up so y'all can see it. Let's see. All right. So it's season 2, episode 32. The topic is, what is your motive for marriage? Because this month is singles month, right? So I'm really talking about single more so this month, but I'm also want to talk about marriage too, because most singles want to eventually get married. So we can't just talk about, how long you're gonna be single forever, because most single people want to get married. So that is the goal, right? So we talk about singleness, we talk about marriage, and also I have a great show next week on Monday that we're gonna talk to women, right? We're gonna talk to some single women, we're gonna talk to some married women, and they're gonna give us an opinion about benefits and different things like that. It's gonna be amazing. I'm super excited about that show. So that's next Monday. But tonight we're gonna be talking about what is your motive for marriage. So let's go ahead and jump into it. All right. So let's look up the word motive. So motive means a reason for doing something, especially one that is hidden or not obvious. Okay. So a reason for doing something. So what is the purpose? What is, just like the show? What is my motive, right? Of the show, right? Same thing. The purpose. What is the reason behind it, right? Especially one that is, so motive is more so especially one that is hidden. So maybe people may not know about it, or not obvious to the eye, or not obvious to a person, right? So let's get into it. So what are the motives that some people have for marriage, right? So I forgot to put this because I guess I would say what are the negative motive, or what are the motives that people have that's not considered a good motive? What's not a good motive for marriage, right? So that's basically what I want to talk about. So one motive I would say would be, I want to get married to have a beautiful wedding. I want to get married. I want this gorgeous wedding. I want the whole ambiance. It's like kind of, you like the idea of marriage. You like the idea because it's just this ambiance. It's just the way it looks, right? So, I love the way it looks. It presents itself. That's the reason why some people want to get married. They just want to have a beautiful wedding. That is only what they want. They don't think about the ins and outs of marriage, but they just want a beautiful wedding. Okay. Another one I have here. I don't want to be alone anymore. I'm just tired of being alone. I'm sick and tired of it. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. I don't want to be alone. So I'm getting married. That's it. I don't care what you think, what you say. I'm getting married. Period. That's it. So I want to be alone. So a lot of people deal with that. So we got another one. We've been together for a long time. There's a lot of people have been together for a long time, so we might as well get married. You know that song back in the day by Jagged Edge that said, "Meet me at the altar in your white dress. We ain't getting no younger, so we might as well do it." Then you know that song? And if you think about the words, people used to jam to that song, which is a great song. But he said, meet me at the altar with your white dress. We ain't getting no younger. We might as well do it. I'm like, that is not romantic. Like, okay, because we're not getting old, we're not getting younger, so we just might as well get married. I mean, I don't think that's very romantic. I mean, I think, that's not romantic. Hey, Tanisha, how you doing? Hey, how you doing? Thank you for joining. So that's pretty much why some people get married. Okay. Another one, and this is people that do this, they need a green card. I need to marry you because I need a green card. I need citizenship. So I'm not a citizen of the United States. So if I marry you, I'm going to get a green card, right? So that's another motive of marriage, right? To get a green card, to get citizenship. Another motive for marriage would be stability for only finance. So you may get married because someone is wealthy. Someone has money, they can take care of you, they can do things for you. So you get married because you like the stability part of marriage. You feel like, okay, if I marry someone wealthy or marry somebody that has stability, then I'm going to be secure. I'm going to be fine, right? So that's another motive for marriage, which is not a good one. All these motives are not good. I'm sorry. We're going to get into them, okay? Another one. This is for Christians. These are for Christians. These are Christians. I would say, because some Christians, they do this, so they don't care about that. But I'm saying Christians that want to live a chaste, holy life. Some Christians want to get married because they want to have sex. And it's the truth. They just like, look, I want to get married because I'm tired of not having sex. I know it sounds crazy, but this is true. That's why this show is called Let's Face It. We keep it real up in here, okay? We keep it real. Look, I want to get married to this man. I think he's it. I think he's the one. I want to get married to this woman. I think she's the one. Even you may not even know the person that well. You know them, but you don't know them. But I just want to have sex. I don't want to have sex and sin. I don't want to sin against God, so I want to have sex. That's some people's motive to get married. And I know it's crazy motive because all of these motives are really surface motives. They very surfacey, right? So we're going to take a commercial break. Okay. So when we get back, right, we're going to get into the questions. We're going to go into the resolution. And I don't really have a big story, but I get into a quick story about, what I thought about marriage, what I thought about marriage back years ago and what I think about marriage now. So I'm gonna give you like a quick little story of how I felt about marriage at one point. Okay. So check out this commercial and we'll be right back.
Purpose to Promise Academy, where lives are changed and dreams come true. Learn how to write and publish your book. Learn how to fix and manage your credit, so you can finally get the home of your dreams. Visit us at purposetopromise.com.
All right, so we're back. Thank you for tuning in, guys. Please share this broadcast, like I said earlier. Please. Okay, so I'm just going to give you not really experience, but just my mindset, of marriage, what I felt years ago and how I feel about it now. So I'm going to go back in the past. Let's go blast from the past. So years ago, I would say maybe the age of 20, 24, 25, I had this idea of marriage that it was going to be this perfect, union. I said, when I get married, oh my God, me and my husband, we're going to be saved. We're not going to argue. We're going to know how to fix things. We're going to know how to settle things. It's just we're going to flow. We're going to have this flow. You know what I'm saying? That nobody has. We're going to have this flow. We're going to get along. We're going this, we're going that. So that's what my idea was. My mindset was like, because I'm saved, right? And if I marry someone that is saved, right, and he loves God like I do, we're not going to have a lot of issues. We're not going to have a lot of problems. We're just going to get along great. We ain't going to have no problems. We're going to have no issues. It's going to be a very, very nice marriage because, you know, God is processing me and getting me ready, different things like that. So I know my marriage is going to be blessed. I ain't going to have no issues. This is that, blah, blah, blah. So that's how I thought about marriage. And then I thought about marriage in this big wedding. Oh, I want this big wedding. I want this. I want that, blah, blah, blah. I want this. You know, this wedding going to be superb. It's going to be $1 million wedding. I mean, I'm going all Enzo, right? All in about, oh, how great this marriage is going to be, blah, 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 blah. Right. So that's how I felt. This is back when I was like 24, 25. Fast forward. So now we fast forward to 15 years later, right? Because I'm 40, right? I'm 40 and I'm not married, right? So being 40, my idea of marriage is totally different. The reason why I say that is because I experienced a lot. I dated more. That's number one. I experienced different types of personalities when it came to men. I also have married friends. Like, I think back then I really didn't have any married friends. I think I had one married friend. Hey, Erica, thanks for joining. Hey. So I didn't really have any married friends. I think I had one couple I was around, but now I have multiple married friends. You know, they tell me different things, and I kind of have, you know, my own. I don't have my own experience, but I have married friends that are now married, and they kind of give me some insight on marriage, right? Then another thing, you know, I experienced, you know, different, like I said, different type of men I dated over the years, different things like that, and I seen, you know, marriages that were rocky, you know, so as the 25-year-old Shakima versus the 40-year-old Shakima is totally different, right? So I don't look at marriage as, oh, this is going to be flowing, it's going to be this, it's going to be that. I look at marriage like it's work. It's like a job. Like, it's a job, not a bad job, not a negative job. Not saying, oh, like your job, some of you guys want to quit your job now. Like, look, I'm done with this job. No, I'm talking about a job, meaning it takes work in a marriage. I know that it takes compromise. It takes me being submissive, right? So I didn't have that back when I was 25 years old. I didn't have that submissive attitude. I was like, I ain't submitting to nobody, please. Who am I submitting? I'll submit to Jesus. That's it. I ain't submitting to no man, please. Like, that was my mindset. So God knew he could not give me a husband because we be in divorce court. He already knew. He knew. He was like, Shakima is not ready for marriage. She probably gonna knock this man out. You know, I was a little, I ain't gonna say I was hood, but you know, I was around a lot of hood girls, you know what I'm saying? So you know, I'm just being honest. So that's what I felt like. Now is like I'm in a position, in a place that I'm like, all right, I got to be submissive to my husband. Okay. It's not all about me. So back then it was all about me. So I realized as a 40-year-old versus 25-year-old that it was certain qualities and certain personality that I had to actually leave behind in order to be ready for marriage, in order to know what marriage takes. It takes compromise. You know, you're not going to get your way over all the time. It's also accountability. You can't just leave out the door anytime you want. You can't, like, some people feel like they could just leave. They could, like, you know, you're married and you'd be like, you just go out, don't tell nobody. You can't do that. It's not the fact that you got to beg your husband to go out, or you got to be like, oh, babe, can I do this? Can I do that? Can I? I'm not saying that, but more so like, hey, babe, I'm running to the store. I'll be back. I'll be back in like 30 minutes. Okay, cool. Okay, babe, I'm hanging out with my girlfriend tonight. I don't know if you had anything planned for me. You got anything planned for me, babe? Because if you do, you know, I got you, boo. But I want to go out with my girls on Friday. You know, I just want to let you know, that good for you. That's good. You know, you always checking in. You know what I'm saying? It's not like you're asking him, can I? Like you're a maid, like you're a doormat. No, but it's more so like you're checking in. You're making sure how he feels. Like, hey, did you have anything planned? You know, I just want to make sure because this is what I want to do. You know, cool. Like, you know, it's like, it's kind of an agreement, you know, because you're no longer by yourself. You're no longer, you know, single. And a lot of times people go into marriage as single-mindedness, like single, like they're really literally single. Like I watch a show and I love this show. I'm sorry. I know I just started watching it, but it's called what is it called? It's called Married at First Sight. So Married at First Sight is a show that people get married at first sight. Like I actually met a guy that he should be on that show because he want to get married tomorrow, you know. But anyway, so Married at First Sight. So a lot of them, they coming in with this single mindset. So a lot of times when it comes to like their husband saying, hey, you know, let me know where you at, you know, so the women get an attitude like, man, I tell you, I'm with my girlfriends. I don't got to tell you nothing, blah, blah, blah. And I said, that's not marriage. And they really want to be married. They're like, I want to be married. I want to be married. But do you know what marriage takes? It takes change. It's a total change. It's not the same thing. It's not the same as being single. So, like I said, 25-year-old Shakima versus 40-year-old Shakima, totally different. If I got married at 25, I probably would have married two. I know I would have been in divorce court. And if I got married again, even before this time, I probably would have had two ex-husbands. I mean, I'm just being honest. I'm like, look, I'm out of this mess because I was the type of person I could not deal. If I couldn't deal, I'm out. I couldn't deal, I'm out. I didn't have that stability of loyalty, you know? So now growing up and experiencing, going through my process, going through different things and learning how to, you know, stick in there and keep going, all that stickability, I didn't have that. So marriage is stickability. So that's what I learned over the years, just with, you know, being around certain people, being around married couples, you know, learning myself. And then I know even years ago, I was not submissive. Like when I was 35, I dated this guy, I think it's 35, 36. I was not submissive to him. I was telling him off. He was getting on my nerves. I was like, and I wasn't cussing now. I don't cuss. But I like, let me tell you, he was like, and he cussed at me. Matter of fact, shoot, I got mad at that. But we ain't gonna talk about that tonight. But I'm just saying, when it comes to marriage, is work, right? So let's go ahead and deep dive into these questions, not questions, but deep dive into these scenarios that we talked about earlier. So one of them we talked about earlier. I hope you guys enjoying the show. Please interact. If you have a question or you want to add on, go ahead and do that. I love when y'all guys interact. Okay. So one of the things that we discussed was, let me see. Okay, so the first one we got is, I want to get married to have a beautiful wedding. Okay. Now, if that's your motive to get married for a beautiful wedding, don't get married. If that is the reason, I'm talking about the reason, core reason why you feel like I want to get married because I want this luxurious $50,000, $20,000 wedding or $1 million wedding, whatever the case and the money you want to spend. If that is the core reason why you want to get married, that's a problem. Okay. Because if you want to get married just for that, you're going to be in divorce court. You know why? Because a marriage is not a wedding. The wedding is a celebration. That's the celebration of your marriage. And then it comes the real McCoy, the real deal. You got to live with this man. You got to live with this woman. You got to take all the stuff that he has over the years, the stuff he may leave his underwear. So I'm just being honest. He throws stuff all over the floor. He do certain things that irritate you. He leaves the toilet seat up. He do all of these things that gonna irk your little nerves, right? That is marriage. That is the real McCoy. You're going to meet the real McCoy. You ain't going to meet the one that you went out on a date with on your first date. And he was like, oh, babe, this. And you saying, babe, baby, babe, babe. You know how when you first get with your man or whatever, and you like, babe, 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 babe. You know, y'all know what I'm talking Y'all know what I'm talking about. Babe, 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 this. Everything's babe. You ain't gonna meet that on your wedding when you get married and you live with this man. It ain't gonna be no babe. You're gonna be like, huh? What's going on with you? You ain't probably say babe. You may say something else, and you probably something that you won't be something that you don't supposed to be saying, right? So that's marriage. So if you're getting married for the celebration only, you in for a rude awakening, because when you live with that person, you're getting everything. You're getting all the mess. You're getting the baggage from even past relationships, because some people are not over past relationships. They still thinking, oh, you're gonna do what Dougie did. You're gonna do what Sarah did. You're gonna do what Mama did. You're gonna do it like Mama, but you're gonna do what such and such did. You're gonna, some people are still carrying that. They're carrying that ex-wife, that ex-husband. Some people are carrying that stuff with them. So that's what you're gonna get. Now, some people, it may not be as heavy, but after a while, they have to get to know you. They have to, you could get to know a person before you get married, but you're still getting to know that person. So you're getting all of that with you. So do not get married for the celebration. Get married for the marriage that's about to take place after the celebration. Okay. So that's my advice to you. Let's go to the next question. Okay. Do you like this so far? Type like in the comments if you do. So the next question we're going to go over is, I don't want to be alone no more. I don't want to be alone. I don't want to be alone. I don't want to be alone. Okay. Do not get married because you don't want to be alone. Because you know what? You're going to marry anybody. You're going to marry the most jerkest person. The jerk that you don't want to marry, the jerk that you used to talk about, you're going to marry that person. If you're going to get married because you don't want to be alone, do not get married. Okay. I don't care. You got to suffer through your loneliness. Get over it. Pray, ask God to help you, whatever. Go out, go hang out with your girlfriends. Do not get married because you don't want to be alone. Because you know why? Because you're going to move on your emotions. You're going to marry somebody that's going to be the night of the living hell. And I'm being honest. They're going to be the night of the living hell. And I'm being honest. I'm just being honest. And hell's not a curse. I'm just saying, like hell, like the hell that, some of us don't go to. We don't give our life to Jesus Christ. Let me stop now. But what I'm saying is, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. You may get married to a domestic violent person. You may get married to a pedophile. You got kids and they being touched. You know what I'm saying? You got to be careful. Do not ever go into a marriage about being lonely. If you're lonely, we all get lonely. What you going to do? Oh, I'm lonely, so I got to get married. Don't do that to yourself. You will regret it for the rest of your life, because you're going to marry the wrong person and it's not going to be good. It's not going to be good, right? So do not get married because you're lonely. Loneliness is natural. It's a natural feeling that we all feel when we're by ourselves. Ask God to help you with that loneliness that you feel, and God will help you, and then you can get over that hump and then wait until that right person comes, okay? So don't get married if you're lonely. Let's go. Next question. Next one. Come on, y'all ain't talking to me tonight. I see y'all on here. Y'all ain't talking to me. What's going on? What you feel about what I just said? Do I sound like somebody? Do I sound like it's good? Sound educated? Do I sound right? Do I sound crazy? Let me stop playing. All right. So the next one we're going to go through is, this is a good one. And a lot of people do this. We've been together for a long time, so we might as well. Do not get married because you've been together with that person for a long time. You might have been with that person for a long time and y'all had hell on wheels. Like y'all had, what's the word? Y'all had the most volatile, the most crazy, psychotic relationship, right? Because some people are in relationships and you could, if you knew about what was going on in their relationship, you were like, y'all need to run away from each other right away. Like they choking each other, about to kill each other, and they've been together for a long time. Like we got a lot of people like that. Been together for a long time, and now you're like, okay, let's get married. So you think a marriage is going to change that person? Like, oh, if I get married, if I'm his wife, he's not going to hit me no more because there's something different about it. No, it's not. That man's going to still hit you upside your head. Oops, upside your head. Oops, upside your head. Oops, upside. Let me stop. He's still going to hit you upside your head. Okay? marriage do not change anything, okay? The same way you interact with your husband, with your boyfriend or fiance before marriage, that's most likely, not saying exactly, but most likely that's what you're going to interact with him when you're married. So if you have a nice relationship with your fiance and your boyfriend now, most likely it's going to stay the same unless he turns psycho. But and let me see what Jasmine said. Jasmine said most of these men, right? Some of these, yeah. But I'm gonna tell you, Jasmine. I know the way you look at it, but there's some good ones out there. But some of them are crazy. You're right. But don't get married because you've been with that person for a long time. Okay. Sometimes you have to even check that situation and say, you know what? We've been together for a long time. Is he marriage material, right? Is she marriage material? Can I see myself with him for the rest of my life? Sometimes you may have to cut ties with that person because you're in this relationship and it's like a cycle. And it's just in a relationship just in order to have a relationship. So you really have to check that. Like, why are you in this relationship? Are you in a relationship just for companionship? Are you in a relationship because you love him? You love him, you love her, right? You got to do it for love. Bottom line, you got to do it for love, right? So you got to really check that. If you're with someone for 10 years and you're not married to him, right? What are the qualities? Is y'all thinking about getting married? Is he marriage material? Is he got himself together? Does she have herself together? You got to really kind of, analyze and reflect on that, because there's no point in being with somebody for a long time. You want to get married and you don't feel like he's married material. Like, what is the point of being with them? You just with them because you just want, that first, other one we talking about, I don't want to be alone. Like, be alone. Get yourself together, But anyway, let's go. Actually, we got a quick commercial break. And when we get back, we're going to get in. We got a couple more I want to talk about. We're going to get into the other ones that we got. So I got some nuggets, some more nuggets for you guys. So check out this commercial and we'll be right back.
This was me fighting for my life. I lost my mind. But I did not know how to get it back. I had to step it up and fight back. With the only strength I knew I had. Find out how it all turned out. Get your signed copy today. Go to GleeBargainCenters.com.
All right. So we are back. Are y'all back? Y'all back? Y'all ready? Okay, let's get into the next thing, right? Now, this is something that people do. A green card. Okay. Now, I don't agree with this because marriage is a sacred union between a husband and wife. And I believe it's sacred between someone that love, right? And a green card, the reason to get married for a green card, I think you got to be married for like a year and all that stuff like that. I just think that's senseless to me. I feel like if you fall in love with someone that may need a green card, then that's a little different. Because I know a couple that, this person didn't have a green card and they fell in love and they got married. And because they were married, he got his green card. But they was in love. Like, they loved each other. It wasn't the fact that, I'm marrying you, marry me because I have a green card, because it's senseless. And then a lot of times when you marry somebody, because some people get married, have a green card, they live in separate different lives and all that stuff like that. But you legally married. That's a legal bond situation. So you can't be with anybody else. So some people be being, married and then being with someone else. That's adultery. That's not good, especially as a Christian woman or man. Do not do it. It's like, why? I would not marry no man for no green card. No, if I met somebody that didn't have a green card, right? And I found out that he didn't have a green card, whatever, and we just, it just was real between us, then I'm like, okay, I want it to be real. I want it to be love. So I would not suggest anyone to be married because of a green card. That's just my opinion. Okay. Another one, stability for only finance. So getting married for finances is not a good look. It's not a good idea. The reason why, because it's so shallow. It's like, I'm getting married because my husband's gonna take care of me. I'm getting married. It's like, it's no real love, no trust, no, when you want a real marriage, when you want a marriage that is not about finances. I'm not saying that he shouldn't have finances now. Let me tell you something. I ain't marrying nobody that's broke. Because I ain't broke. You don't need to be broke. I ain't broke. So I ain't marrying nobody that ain't got no money. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying you like, well, Shakima, I'm marrying somebody because he got money. He got money. That's good. But don't let that be the only reason why you're marrying him. You got to have love there. You can want to marry someone wealthy. There's nothing wrong with that. But don't focus on that wealth. Like, I got to marry somebody that has $1 million. I got to marry somebody, because you may miss out on somebody that may work a 9 to 5 and really a good person and really can love you the way you need to be loved, in all areas of your life, you know what I'm saying, right? Everything, right? He'll be your everything in the sense of your that man in your life, right? So don't ever marry for money. I know a person that really got married for stability, and they wind up not being together. They've been married for a long time, 30 some odd years, and they wound up not being together because their marriage was based on finance. It was just on stability, and it wasn't rooted. So a lot of times when you get married for these things on green card and all these other things, you don't have a rooted marriage. Where's the root of your marriage? Where's the love? Where's the love at? You can't find it because now everything is surfacey. So that's what I talked about earlier. Things are surfacey. So you don't want to get married for surface reason. You want to get married for a deeper reason, a deeper connection. You have a natural connection with that person, a spiritual connection with that person. Y'all guys get along. Y'all guys want the same things. Y'all really want to, have this marriage for the right reasons, So that's what I would recommend. Do not get married because of finance. Don't let that be the only thing. It's okay to be like, okay, this dude got money. Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy. Let me say now, he got money, but he's a good guy. We get along, things like that. That's that old statement, but yeah, boy. But anyway, get married because you love that man. It's okay. Like, I feel like money and finance is like the icing on the cake, but don't let that be the cake. The cake is the connection you guys have, the love you guys have, the interaction, it's just like, it's a deeper thing. That's the cake. The icing is that finance, that's the icing, right? So don't get married for finance. Don't do it. Please don't do it. And the last thing we're going to talk about, right? For Christians, this message is for Christians that want to be saved for real. I mean, not saying I want to be saved and I'm sexing it all over the place. I'm just being honest. Some Christians they saved, but they having sex, and they're probably having sex before marriage. They having sex and they married with other people. That's the problem. Let's get that together. I'm just telling the truth, okay? But these are for Christians that want to live right, that want to do it God's way. They want to get married because they want to have sex. They miss it. They want it. They've been waiting for a long time. I know with me, I've been waiting for 15 years, okay? That's a long time. I haven't done anything for 15 years, right? I don't want to get married because I want to have sex, okay? Not for that reason. I want to get married because I love that man, because I'm not having sex with nobody that I don't love. Not happening. I'm not a type of person that I be giving my body away to anybody and that's it. No. So do not, as a Christian woman or man, because you want to have sex, to get married. Because after that sex, you got to deal with stuff. You got to deal with the real marriage. You got to deal with the real thing, because sex does not hold marriage. It does not hold it. It does not give it longevity. What gives it longevity is your connection with that person. is how well you get along with that person, how deep your love is for that person, how you can take care of that person, how you can make that person's life better, how you can push that person into the next level, how can you actually be a benefit or be someone in that person's life that they can say, wow, I am changed because I'm with you. That is marriage. That is what it's supposed to be. And then Jasmine said, facts. Sex is a small percentage of marriage life. Absolutely. That's like I talked about before. That's like the icing on the cake. That's what it is. It's not the whole cake. It's the icing on the cake. That, that's the benefits of marriage. You get to be with your spouse that way. But it's much deeper than that. It's much deeper. And if you have that mindset that, oh, sex, you're not going to be happy, because after the sex is done, after that 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 2 minutes, how long your spouse and you go at it. Because some people be long, some people be short, right? No, so I'm talking too much. I'm saying too much, right? You're going to be like, oh, Shakima talking deep. But it's the truth. However long it is, right? After that, what happens? Can you talk to your spouse? Do you have a deep connection with your spouse? Do you love your spouse? Can you stand your spouse? Like, it got to go deeper. It got to go deeper. It got to go deeper. It got to go deeper than that, right? So, so those are what I have there. And those are all the questions. We answered all of them. And I want to read a scripture here, which it says, husbands, love your wives. Seek the highest good for her and surround her with a caring, unselfish love. Let's stop right there before I finish this verse. Unselfish love. Marriage is not selfishness. It's unselfish. It's selflessness that is about that person more than it's about you, right? Love thy neighbor as thyself, right? Or the Bible talks about, lift up your neighbor higher than you. So you have to be unselfish. It's an unselfish love. It's an unselfish love, right? Just as Christ also loved the church and gave himself up for her. So you give yourself away. You give yourself to your spouse, and you think about that person. If he's mad or he didn't agree with you, kind of get out yourself and what is about you, because sometimes I can get into a situation. I'm thinking about myself at that moment. I'm like, okay, let me backtrack and say, okay, let me think about the other person, right? So it's not selfish. And also know that marriage takes work, and it is more than the surface. It is a lifetime commitment. So be sure you marry someone that believes in what you believe in, and also they are ready to be a husband or a wife. Okay? So if you guys have any questions, put it in the comments. And I'm just going to share some with you. We're about to jump off. Tonight. So I hope you like the show. I hope you enjoyed the show, because y'all guys didn't interact like I wanted you guys, like y'all did before. But I appreciate it. I thank Jasmine for interacting and things like that. I appreciate that. So let me share something with you, and then we're about to head out. If you have any questions, still put in the comments and I can get to it later. So if you guys can see, y'all saw that last commercial, which was this book called The Mind Regulator. The Mind Regulator. It's about my life story, how I cracked my skull, physically cracked my skull, lost my mind, and how I got it back. It tells you the full story in here. And I have something special tonight. If you get both of my books, which is The Mind Regulator and Unlimited Faith, you get both of them for $24.99, which is $12.49 a piece. Usually you pay $20 for one book, okay? So it's $2 for $24.99. Go to www.gleebargaincenters.com. So go ahead and check his book out. This book is amazing. I remember I just spoke to someone today that's reading this book, Unlimited Faith. She said, Shakima, your book, every morning I read it along with my alone time with God. So, after she reads her word, she reads a portion of my book. And she said, this book is bringing me life. She said, just the way you broke down faith is amazing. It's giving me life. She said, she even said that she feels like she's reading a book like T.D. Jakes wrote it, or somebody that, you know, that's big or whatever. And the things I told her, I said, look, God is setting me up now for later. That's what I told her. And I said some other things, but get this book, Unlimited Faith. You'll love it. And then The Mind Regulated. Both books for $24.99. Go to www.gleebargaincenters.com. All right. So I'm gonna show y'all one more thing, and we're about to be out of here. So if you are interested in joining this show, if you want to be a part, of my, not my audience, but if you want to be a part of this show, be one of my guests, go to purposetopromise@gmail.com. Email me, let me know what you want to talk about. Can you help anybody? You know, because really, be honest, anybody that comes on the show, you're going to have to help somebody. Like, you have to have a story. You have to have something that you can help, right? It's not about you. It's about you helping. Because I allow people to show their products and highlight their different things that they're selling, because they're bringing a solution, right? So if you have a solution to bring, go to purposetopromise@gmail.com. Also, if you have any topics you want to talk about on the show, please email me at purposetopromise@gmail.com. Okay. So guys, we are done. Thank you for joining. Y'all didn't interact the way I wanted to, but it's okay. I love all of you guys. Thank you for supporting the show. Thank you for coming on. I appreciate you guys. I hope y'all guys have a great night. And what we going to do, let's say it. Let's face it. Guys, have a great night. Thank you for joining. Love you, love you, love you. Talk to you soon. I will see you on Friday. I have a special guest. Actually, Fridays, we are starting at 7 p.m. 7 p.m. will be on Friday. It won't be 8:30, 7 p.m. I have a special guest that we're going to be talking about ready versus not ready for marriage. So we're going to get into a little bit deeper. I got a guest. She's going to spit it. She's going to tell you what the deal is. She's going to spit it out to you, and you're going to love it. So watch us on Friday at 7 p.m. You guys have a great night. Thank you for joining. Peace.